Hi, my name is Drew, and you're watching Ready Budget Go. If we haven't met before, welcome. I'm glad you found your way here. And if this isn't your first visit, welcome back. It's good to see you again. It's Monday night, so it's time for Ready Budget Game, where I am going to do some savings games and put money toward one of my big goals. Ready? Let's go. We're going to get started tonight with Loteria like we always do, so let me set the binder aside and pull out Loteria. We're doing regular Loteria this week. And if you haven't seen one of my savings nights before, what I do for this game is I play it like normal, like a bingo game. And when I get a line of 4 or a Loteria, I save $1 for every chip that's down on the card. Loteria is a Spanish-style bingo game, and it's similar in that you're looking for a line, but it's different in that you're using pictograms, and it's a 4x4 grid instead of a 5x5. So let's get dealing and see what we can find. First up, we've got El Arbol, and we have that on the card. It's down here. La Calavera, don't have that. La Botella, I don't see that. El Mundo is right up here. La Luna, nope. El Catrin, no. La Muerte, we have that right here. El Pajaro, nope. El Melon, yep. So now La Pera will give us a Loteria. La Dama, don't see her. La Bandera, no. El Caso, no. La Rana, no. And I think, did I have La Calavera and I said we didn't have it? Yep. Okay. So you were probably screaming at me, but as I was looking at the card, I thought, I think we had that, and we did. Okay, so let's keep going here. El Sol, okay, so now El Gallo will give us the Loteria. El Venado, no. La Campana, no. La Bota, no. El Gorrito, no. El Borracho, no. El Bandolon, no. La Araña, no. La Palma, we do have that. And there's El Gallo. Okay, so we have a Loteria right here. So let me put these here, give them a quick shuffle, and it looks like we're going to save $8 this week into the Loteria envelope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So let me clear this off, and I'll put $8 into Loteria. All right. So 5, 7, and 8. If you're new to my channel, I have $100 here to the side. I use Play Money because I transfer directly into my high yield savings from my checking account. So I start off every week with 3 10s, 9 5s, 7 2s, and 11 1s for $100. And then our next game is going to be Sussed, and this is a would you rather type game. I do 2 of these each week, and for option A, I save $2, option B $3, and option C $5. And I just give my honest opinion of whatever I think at the time. So we're doing the third question on this card, and it says, which would I get most excited about? A day at a theme park with my friends. B, swimming next to a whale. Or C, finding some ancient coins with a metal detector. Oh, goodness. Well, none of these are my favorite thing, but I think of the 3, I would say option C, finding some ancient coins with a metal detector. I've never been metal detecting, but sounds like fun. So we'll save $5 for that. And then we're going to start on a new card. And we'll just do the first question here. Which would I find hardest? A sack race. B, an egg and spoon race. Or C, a 3-legged race with the player on my left. Well, there's nobody on my left, so that would probably be the hardest to get 3 legs. But I think, for me, a sack race is going to be the hardest in general. And I say that because I am 6.5 feet tall. And unless that's a very long sack, it is really hard to be hunched over holding the sack up while hopping along. I did it when I was a kid, and I lost every single time because I would always fall over because it was too far to reach to hold the sack up. Okay, so $2 for that, so that's going to be $7 going into sus this week, and we'll save the other two on the card for next week. So $7 goes in here. I will condense these envelopes at the end. I usually just bring out the full money tray and then fill in any that need placeholders or need condensing. So up next is the name game. And this is, well, I just threw something on the floor. This is a game that I got at a thrift shop. I paid $3 for it, and you get up to 5 clues to a famous person's identity. So far, I think they've all been real people. So I'm going to take out a card here. We'll do the next one in line. So what I do is I save $1 per clue, and if I don't get it after the 5th clue, I save $10. So I really hope I get it this week. So let's turn it over and see how we do. Okay. So the first clue is entrapment. I think that's referring to the movie, and if so, I didn't see it, but I have a guess. I'm just not very confident in that guess. So let's go to the next clue. 007. Okay, so let's see. Who would have played James Bond and been in another movie called Entrapment? I mean, there's only so many people who have been James Bond, and it might not even be the person who played James Bond. So I'm not going to make a guess. Let's just go to the next clue. Goldfinger. Okay, Goldfinger, was that a Sean Connery, or was that other guy? I'm going to guess Sean Connery, and we're going to keep going. Scottish. Okay, that's got to be Sean Connery. James Bond. Okay, that one's... When you already have 007, that's not much of a clue, and that's all 5 clues, so let's hope it's Mr. Connery. And it is. Okay, so we got it on the 3rd clue, so I'm going to save $3. And that is the only one that I'm going to do this week. Ordinarily, I would do at least 2 of them, but this week I have a couple of expensive dice games coming up, including D12 Dice Fecta, so I want to be sure I leave enough money for that. So I'm going to put that in the back, and we'll put this one away. And we'll put the $3 into envelope number 2, or number 3, rather. And up next is one of the aforementioned expensive games, and that is going to be Ouch from Dicetropolis. Now, Ouch, we get the card out, and I will get out the dice tower. Ouch is where you are trying to avoid rolling a 7. So any other roll, and you are safe. If you roll a 7, it's game over, and you save $20. So let's hope I can avoid a 7. And I'm going to use the 2 Superman dice that I got from Eva at Budget Your Life. She sent these to me, and she sells them on her website, which I will link down below. So take out a pen here, and at least don't give me a 7 on the first roll. Let's see how we do. Okay, 6. So we're safe. And there's the 7. Okay, so that's game over, and we're going to save $20. That is typical for me in Ouch. I usually get stuck with the $20. Maybe once or twice I'll make it through without rolling a 7. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so $20. So 10 and 20 is going to go into Dicetropolis this week. And next we're going to do Dicetropolis 2, and that is going to need 3-sided dice. So let me put these dice away. Not 3-sided dice. It's going to need D4s. So it looks like we need 1 D4 die for this game. So take one out here. And both Dicetropolis and Dicetropolis 2 are available on my Etsy shop as physical and digital. Got a pen back here. Okay, so let me read the rules. This is quad. It says this is a 4-in-a-row game. Roll 1 D4 die and mark off the rolled number anywhere in the grid. Continue rolling and marking off numbers until you make 4 in a row vertically, horizontally, or diagonally. Once you've made a line of 4, save $1 for every space that has been marked. Okay, so let's see how we do this week. So we're starting with a 1, and I'm just going to go here in the corner. D4s are not the easiest to pick up. Another 1, go right here. 3. Well, now I wish I'd put that 1 here, but I already marked it off, so that's okay. 1. Okay, so a 3 will give me a line. And I got a 3. Okay, so there's our diagonal. And so it says once you've made a line of 4, save $1 for every space that's been marked. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to save $5 for this game. And like with the last one, I'm only going to play it once. This is a dry erase marker, so it just comes right off, and you can use it over and over again. $5 going into Dicetropolis 2. Up next is Dicequarium, and we're going to play Sunken Treasure this week. So let's read the rules here. It says roll 3d6 dice and record the dice values highest to lowest for that game. Multiply the smallest number by 3 and save that amount. So I'm going to put this d4 away, and I will get out my 3 aqua-colored d6s. There we go. And let's see how we do. Okay, so we've got 6, 4, and 3. 6, 4, and 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So that is what we're going to save this week. And that is all I'm going to do, again, because I had $20 into Ouch, and I've still got D12 Dicefecta coming up. So 5, 7, 9. And I know we're kind of whipping through them this week. Sometimes I like to play these more than once just to get a good feel for the game, but I really want to make sure I have enough to get through everything. And my savings amount this month is tighter than it has been in previous months. So in previous months, it wasn't that big of a deal if I went over the $100 that I allocate. This month, it's kind of a bigger deal. So let's do Fruit Machine next, and we'll see how many times we get to play this one. Fruit Machine was very popular in my Black Friday sale, so if you supported me over on Etsy, thank you so much. Whether it was on Black Friday or before or since, I appreciate that more than I can put into words, truly do. So let's get out the Fruit Machine dice here. When you buy this from me on Etsy, you get 2 dashboards. They're both A5 size, and they are glossy coated, so they will take a dry erase marker. You can use my rules, or you can make your own. And then on the other side here, they both say Fruit Machine. So let's give it a roll and see how we do. So we've got, of course we do, 2 diamonds and a lemon. Well, I feel like the game wants me to go for the diamonds, so we're going to be decadent. 3 more rolls to get another diamond. Cherry. Plum. Orange. Whew. Okay, so we're going to save $1 because we didn't get 3 of a kind. New game. Cherry, water. Oh, goodness. The second most expensive thing. Okay, 2 cherries. We'll save those. 3 more rolls to get a 3rd cherry. 1, lemon. 2, orange. And 3, watermelon. Okay, so we've got 2 cherries, so that's $3. Mark it there. Let's play one more time. Watermelon, lemon, and orange. I'm going to go for the lemons because they are the El Cheapos. 3 more rolls. Orange and cherry. Nope. 2 more rolls. Another lemon and an orange. Okay, last roll to get 3 lemons. Orange. Okay, so we didn't get that, so that's another $1. So we're going to put $3, $4, $5 into Fruit Machine for the week, and I will get this cleaned up. There we go. We'll put the dice away. Whoops. And $5 and the dashboards will go into the envelope. Up next is going to be Quicks, so let me get set up for that. I will take out the scorecard and the Quicks dice, and then we'll get to playing that one. Oops. Well, let me put the dashboards in the right way. Then I'll get set up for Quicks, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm ready to play Quicks. I've got the 3 Quicks dice, and I've got my big Tombow marker here and the scorecard. If you haven't seen Quicks before, or the way that I play it as a savings game, you roll 3 dice instead of 2, but otherwise it's a lot like Shut the Box, and you have to use exactly 2 dice to make a number. If you can't mark off any of the numbers from the dice roll that you did, then it's game over, and you save the ones that are left. So I'm going to take this cap off and give it a roll, and let's see how we do this week. 2, 2, and 3. So we've got 4 and we've got 5, and I'm going to take both of those. 11, 8, and 7. So I'm going to take the 11. I'll leave the 8 and the 7 because those can get me out of trouble later. 10, 11, and 9. So I'm going to take the 9 and the 10. 3, 5, and 6. So I'm going to take the 3. The 5's already gone, and I'm going to leave that 6. Oops. Okay, 9, 8, and 7. I'm going to take the 8, and I'm tempted to take the 7 too, but I'll leave it. 11, 7, and 6. So I'm going to take the 7 and the 6 just because all that's left is the 12 and the 2, and those are both hard to roll. So let's get snake eyes or boxcars. Come on. And we didn't. Okay, so it's game over. So I've got 12 plus 2 is 14. And I'm not going to save the 14. I'm going to add the 1 and the 4 together and save $5. So this was not a bad card. I mean, I got a lot marked off here. This one, the yellow one, kind of went sideways, but still only saved $3 because I add the digits together. So, but for this week, it's going to be $5 going into Quicks. And because that was the last game on the card, I will just recycle that. And I will get out a new scorecard for next week. And next we're going to do Tucano. So I'm going to put the dice tower away, or off to the side anyway, for a moment. Get out the Tucano cards and shuffle these. If you haven't seen it before, this is a European card game. And I deal 6 cards and then save according to what cards are in which position. And it will all make sense when I finish dealing the cards, at least I hope. So a lot of these savings challenge games that I have purchased and then adapted, I'm playing them totally different from the actual rules. So of course they come with rules for how you play them with other people, and I just think, oh, I can make a savings game out of that, and then I do. So let's deal 6 cards and see what they look like this week. Okay, so there's 1, 2. Glad we're getting those in the early numbers. 3. Oh, okay. Well, that killed that card. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this card with the toucan with the little circle on it means you take away the last card, so I did that. So now I am left with cards 1, 4, 5, and 6. So I score these cards according to what position they're in and what the cards say. So this one, for being in the first position, scores 3. And so for the top row, it's a score of 3. And then for the bottom row, this is a 1 or a 2, and this is in position number 4. So that one's dead. Position 5, ooh, that's 15. And then this is in the 6th position. It's even, so I'm going to use the number on the left. If this were in an odd number position, like if this were in number 3, then I would use the one on the right. So it's always even and odd. So -1, so that's 12. And up here was a score of 3, so that's 15 altogether. I'm going to add the 1 and the 5 and save $6 into Tucano for the week. So that is that. Give these one quick shuffle. And I'll put $6 into the Tucano envelope. Okay. 5 and 6. And up next is going to be the big scary Dicefecta, which is D12 this week. We are doing card B on D12, which I think this should have been card A, but it doesn't matter. We'll do card A next week. So let me put away the Quicks dice because I never did that. There we go. And I will get out the D12. If you order Dicefecta from me online on Etsy, you have the option of getting dice with them. If you purchase the dice, you will get color-coordinated dice. So the D12 is going to be red because the background is red. Okay. And if you haven't seen Dicefecta before, the way that it's played is I'm going to roll the D12, and I will mark off the numbers as I go until I complete a section of 4. That'll be a Dicefecta, and then I'll save accordingly, and I will explain that when we get there. So first up is number 4. Oops, got a leftover mark here. That's okay. Number 6. 6. 4 again, we already have it. 9, 10, 2, 12, 7. So a 3 will give us a dicefecta. 2 again, 9 again, 12 again, 2 again, 12 again, 4, already have that, 4 again, 5. Now 11 will give us a dicefecta. 3. Dicefecta. Okay. So there are 3 different ways that you can save for the game once you get a dicefecta. One way is to add up all the numbers in the section that gave you a dicefecta, so that would be 10, 19, 23. Or you can save $1 for all the numbers that are marked off on the entire card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let me write these down. So we had 23, 12. I don't know if you can even see that. 23, 12. And then the low budget way is to save the last number that you rolled, which is 3. So it's pretty widespread on this game. And I'm going to save the 12. We've got quite a bit of money left and only 2 more games after this. So I'm going to do the medium budget and save 12, which is $1 for all the numbers for each of the numbers that is marked off. So 10 and 12. And so it just goes to show, don't let the fact that it's a D12 scare you, because you can adapt it to suit your budget. Because honestly, if the low budget was 12, and that was like the last number you rolled was 12, you could still add the 1 and the 2 and save $3. There's always a way to make it work for your budget. Okay, so $12 is going to go into dicefecta for the week. And up next is left, center, right. So let me put the dicefecta die away. Left, center, right is commercially available. I feel like most people are probably familiar with this game. It is another dice game, and it comes with these blue chips, or at least the version that I bought did, and the 3 dice, but I am not using the little blue chips because I have a dark background, so I'm going to use the white chips. There we go, make sure they're in view. I will take 3 of them. I'm going to roll these dice, and then I will put these into the piles according to what the dice say, left, center, or right. And if I end up with any of these, the little circles, I will take another chip into the pot here. And I will keep going until I have no more chips in front of me here, or until this pile is depleted. So let's see how it goes. Okay, 1 to the left, 1 to the center, and 1 more chip. Oh, okay, well that's it. No, actually it isn't, sorry. So 2 to the left and 1 more chip. I was thinking that was the star for some reason. And 3 more chips. 2 more chips, 1 to the right. Okay, 1 to the left, 1 to the center, 1 to the right. 2 to the right, 1 more chip. 1 to the center, 2 more chips. 1 to the right, and 2 more chips. 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 more chip. 2 more chips and 1 to the right, and I apologize for my reach here. Let me roll with my right hand so that I'm not just reaching across. 3 more chips. I'm left-handed, so it's my natural tendency to roll with my left hand. 2 more chips and 1 to the right. Because now that I'm using my right hand, I'm pulling all the chips out. 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 more chip. Oops. Okay, 2 more chips, but I have only 1 to give and 1 to the center. So I'm going to keep rolling, and I will ignore the little dots, and I will just allocate these as they come up. And then once I'm done, I'm going to save the amount that's in the biggest stack, whichever one it is. center, left, left, center, center. Should be the last roll. And I'm just going to roll one because I only have the one chip. Right. Okay. So I think right one. It's definitely not center, so we'll put those to the side. And then, oops. Yeah, the right-hand side is the biggest. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So $10 is going to go into left, center, right for the week. Put the dice away. There we go. $10. So that doesn't leave us too much to play Eva's color dot die game, but that is okay. Let's pull it out here. And I think I was using a Sharpie on this, but I'm not sure. Nope, dry erase. Okay. So, let me get out the dice here. And what I like to do is take out all of the dice for each of the different positions. So this one is the D20. There we go. And where's the D12? Right here. D10. D8. D6. And a D4. All right. And then I need her color dot dice. And I'm going to say that the nearest one to me when they come out of the hopper is going to be the top, and the farther away one will be the side. And let's see where we go. Okay, so near to me is blue. Far away is green. So that's $3, but we already did it. So let's roll them again. Blue and blue. Okay, so we are rolling the D12. And that's $11. So that is going to be it for the week. I'm going to mark that off because we did it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I will get one more dollar. There it is. So we're going to save $101 into the big move for the week because that is what I'm working on with all of my savings games from Ready Budget Game on Mondays. So I'm going to put these away, and then I will get out the rest of the play money and condense all of the envelopes. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, I've reset the cash tray, but I didn't put the money in the envelope yet, and I am going to do a quick condensing here just because there's no point in stuffing all these ones in there just to pull them right back out. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm going to put all of this back and take out a 10, and that will be for the $11 that we owe to this game. If I can get a 10. Oh, see, I don't have any more with the stickers on them, so they're hard to pick up. I'm just going to write in here that this was an 11. Okay. And if I can condense this envelope further, I will, just because I'm in there. Looks like I can't. It's going to have $33 in it. So 20, 30, 32, 33. But I will come back and swap out this 10 with one with a sticker if I can. So that goes in there, and this goes in the front. And this game is from Eva at Budget Your Life. You can also get the blinged color dot dice from her. So let's go back to envelope number 1, which is Loteria. And in here we have 200, 300, 400, and 5, 7, 8. So nothing to condense there. And then in Sust, we have 100, 200, 5, 7, so nothing to do there. I am going to empty these envelopes at the end of the year, and game night will be a little different next year, and I'll talk more about that in an upcoming video later this month. So in the name game, we have 100, 5, 7, 9, and 10. So once again, we need a 10. 5, 7, 9, and 10. So I got to remember that in envelope number 3, I need to swap out a 10. See, they're just so much harder to pick up when they don't have a sticker on there. They just stick together. Okay, Dicetropolis has 500, 10, 21. And great, we can get those 10s out. So 10s for 20. And let's immediately go back and swap out the 10 in here for one of these. And then also in the last envelope, which has Eva's challenge in it, we'll change that 10 out as well. Okay. Whoops. There it is. Okay. That makes me feel better. Okay, so we did 3, we did 4. Let's do Dicetropolis 2. That has 100, 50, 70, 85, so nothing we can do there. Dicequarium has 100 and 50, 70, 80, 5, 87, 89, 90. So we're going to take the 10, the 5, the 2s, and the 1, and put that down for a 20. So still 190 in Dicequarium. Fruit Machine has 100 and 50, 70, 80, 5, 86. So nothing we can do there. And then Quicks has 100, 200, 300, 400, and 50, 60, 5, 71. So 10 and 2 5s will go down for a 20. See if we can get to 500 by the end of the year. That'd be great. Quicks is one of my favorite games. Tucano has 100 and 50, 60, 5, 71. So again, 10 2 5s for a 20. Dicefecta has 100, 200, 20, 30, 40, 5, 47. So 2 10s for 20 there. $247. Yep, okay. Envelope 11 is left, center, right, and it has 50, 5, 65. So 2 5s for 10. And then Eva's envelope we already did a couple times, so that is good to go. So that is it for Ready Budget Game for the week. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow I will be back with the Batman binder for savings challenges. It's going to look a little bit different this month because I don't have as much money to save. So there will be some challenges that I'm not doing for the month of December. Hopefully we'll pick that back up in January, but had to make some tough decisions to get through the rest of the year and not blow my budget. So unfortunately had to cut my savings rate in half, but like I say, I'm confident that after the new year, it'll come right back. So Tune in for that tomorrow. Wednesday will be My Money relaunch, and then I'll be back on Friday with the weekly reel where I tell you all about the week that was in terms of my budget, all the money I spent, all the money I earned, where everything went, and you'll get to see all the money that I save on these videos put to good use with the big challenges that I'm working on or the big goals that I'm working on. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave it a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below so I know you are here. And until I see you in the next one, take care.